Hey everybody, this is Calvin Waite. I trade crypto for a living. I'm not a registered or licensed financial advisor, planner, or broker, so nothing on this channel should be taken as a recommendation to buy or sell. I also trade all of these things, so I probably have a vested interest in there. But there's plenty of entertainment value and lots of education, so this will be awesome. For those of you who didn't know, my subscription channel is live. So look at the link in the description over at cryptoinfluencers.com and you can see how I make all of my trades and what I do and what I think about everything. This channel is for more hypothetical and looking at trends, and the other one is for actual trading. So you might be interested in that. All right, today is such an important day. Such an important day for Ethereum. And we have a lot to talk about, especially I did not realize that there are some people that don't really fully understand the kind of the economics, the fundamental economics around Ethereum. I was on a show just this morning with Crypto Wendio, which was really cool. It was fun to talk to some people and go over some news and whatever. But it just really kind of surprised me that people that have been around for a long time still don't really quite get the fundamentals of Ethereum. So I kind of wanted to go over some things with you today, and I'll just kind of explain why I'm so bullish on Ethereum. But before we get too far, my home base is at cryptoinfluencers.com. If you're not signed up here, please do. This is the free channel, and this is the pro channel in case you're interested in how to manage risk and all that good stuff and make some money. Oh, and then on Wednesday we have live stream at 12:30 Mountain Time. So that's always a good time. All right, let's talk about Ethereum. The reason today is so important is because we are testing a resistance that is almost a year old. This $2,000 line is unbelievably important. We have attempted to cross this for 11 months and have not done it until today. So our little close, we got a tiny little foothold above our line. Today's candle is 100% above the line. There's no bottom wick to even touch this line. Should we come back and support it, find it as support? Yes. But we don't want to do that for like 3 or 4 days. We need a window up here. If we can get ourselves a nice week or two and then we come back and find support on the 2000 level, then fireworks. That is absolute perfection. So that is what we're looking for. This candle closes in 4 hours and 45 minutes from current right now. And we have never had a candle close above this in the last 11 months. And especially one without even touching the line. So this is huge. It is absolutely monumental. Well, let me explain something about the fundamentals of Ethereum. I'm going to coinmarketcap.com and we are going to Ethereum, and let's look at historical data. This isn't helping me. Hang on. I've got to change this. We don't want USD. We want everything priced in Ethereum. Here we go. Now we're talking. So, market cap, let's see. Volume market cap. Well, this is kind of odd. All right, well, this isn't going to be as helpful as I thought it would be. All right, we'll have to talk about, we need to talk about the merge. So what happened, this is the current coin supply. I was looking for coin supply. Market cap, for some reason, because of fluctuations in dollar and conversion, it was not very clear. So let's not go there. What I'm looking for is the supply of Ethereum. Right now, our current supply of Ethereum is 120,434,411.409, blah, 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 blah. How on earth is it possible that these people can know this down to 18 digits? Because the blockchain is public. You can go to an Ethereum Explorer and you can download a node and you can look at every detail of Ethereum. It's all public. It's all transparent. You can see every single piece of this. And so this is the current supply. Now, what would make this supply change? So this just barely flashed, and now the supply is different. Why would it be different? Currently, there is kind of a mining algorithm and switching over to staking, and it's currently staking. So there's kind of a full thing. I don't know fully if we're fully staked or not. I have to look at that. But either way, more Ethereum is coming online, either through mining or staking. New supply of Ethereum is coming into the system, and this will happen forever. There is no cap as to new Ethereum that's coming into the system. But the merge back here that happened September 14th of last year has implemented a burn. And what this is when there are when transactions are really high, a portion of the fees gets burned if it kind of gets over a certain threshold. And so in really, really high traffic, lots of Ethereum is being moved around and prices are competitive, this burn takes the top off of the supply, and it slowly removes supply from existence. This chart here is the supply that happened at the merge. And right before the merge, so I'll click this one more time. Before the merge, miners were just getting a certain percent over time, and the supply grew and grew and grew and grew and grew. Without the merge, the supply would continue to grow. It would just continue to go on infinitely. Back here, this is why I never really was interested in Ethereum, because the price that it was growing was almost faster than inflation in the United States. And I was like, well, this isn't a hedge against anything. This is getting ahead of an adoption curve. It's not really sound money the same way Bitcoin is. And so before, this was our supply, and it was moving up very, very steadily. Well, once they implemented the burn, the same amount of coins are entering the market, but a greater portion of that is being burned. And once we go to proof of stake, this number will drop off even more. So when we're 100% proof of stake, or however that is, the burning, well, just proof. Proof is in the pudding, right? We have, since the merge happened, the new issuance and the amount burned has been essentially flat until recently, and now the burning is outpacing the new supply. So if I own one Ethereum and the supply is decreasing, my percentage of the entire economy is increasing without me doing anything. So by me holding my one Ethereum, I've got 120 millionth or whatever, but it's getting more and more rare over time. Does that make sense? So yes, new supply is coming online, but because of the rate at which Ethereum is being burned, that supply is dropping. This is deflationary. So this is not, buying Ethereum is, if these trends continue, holding onto Ethereum is even more rare than Bitcoin. Because even though Bitcoin's capped at 21 million, we've mined like 19.5 million or something, and still more is coming online. It's small, but it's still coming online. So the inflation is positive into the system. This is negative. So this is very different. This is an investor's dream. And I don't know if I was very clear, because there are people that I don't think fully understood what was happening here. Yes, the supply is infinite, but because of the burn, it's being cut off. And the burn is removing more supply from the total market cap than we are gaining. So this number has been steadily decreasing, and it'll decrease to a point where it finally levels off. At some point, the miners and the amount staked and whatever, it'll all kind of work itself out. So this makes this money really, really hard. Well, the new Shanghai Chapella upgrade, I've been watching with great interest to see what will happen. Because if people put a ton of money into these staking nodes, and they can't remove their money. So obviously staking is live because that's where this is. I don't think we're doing proof of work at all. I think we're to fully stake. They kind of threw that at me, and I was starting to question myself. So sorry about that. I confused myself. We are on proof of stake. So this proof of stake is generating supply at a much lower rate than the proof of work was. So that's what was going on. Sorry, blanked out there. But the question is, if a whole bunch of people have had their money staking, and some of these people have tried to validate and get this whole thing working for years now. I think the whole thing started in 2021 or something, and people had their money tied up until this Chapella upgrade. And what happened was people would put 32 ETH or more into a staking contract, and then that would be that was locked in, and then those coins were being held hostage, hoping to get a percentage of the distributed reward from fees coming back, or from the not from fees. It was from the increasing money supply that just happens naturally over time, plus fees. So between that, these guys have an incentive to stake because they're going to actually earn more Ethereum by holding. So if I've got camp set up and I've got my 100 Ethereum on a hardware wallet or something, good for me. But if these guys stake their 100 ETH, then every year they're going to be getting 5% more Ethereum. So it's not dollars, it's Ethereum. And right now that number is 5.08. So at the end of the year, I would be getting 5 free Ethereum for staking 100 Ethereum. So now all of a sudden, I'm actually earning a reward. Well, the question is, if people have been tied up, they've locked up their ETH, and it took a full upgrade in order to even release that Ethereum. A lot has happened in the past 2 years. A lot of life happens to people. And there might be people that put in their money a long time ago and that really need it. Like life changed, something happened, they need their money back. And so this Chapella upgrade allowed these stakers to finally withdraw. They can get in line and it'll slowly withdraw over time. And so the question was, is everyone going to withdraw everything all at once and everyone's going to sell and the price is going to drop? That was the question. And what I was speculating is that it's going to be less than you think. So number one, from this kind of review, we know that the money supply is dropping. Well, now, will there be sell pressure from all these people that tied up their Ethereum and now they're going to sell it all? Well, this chart tells the story. So it's only been live for a few days. And in the history, since the Shanghai fork, there has been 308 Ethereum withdrawn. And I don't think it is withdrawn all at once. I think it happens in kind of slowly throughout over time. I don't know exactly how all of that works. All I know is that either the 308,000 has been withdrawn or it's scheduled to be withdrawn. I think this is real though. I think what happened is that at the time or leading up to it, you could withdraw. So I think this is just calculating everything that people have withdrawn. Well, this would be very bearish if all that happened was people were withdrawing just to sell. But look at this. Since the fork, 175,000 Ethereum has been deposited. That is a lot of Ethereum. And look at this chart. This shows the amount of Ethereum that has been withdrawn over time. Each candle is 1 hour. And I believe this is from the beginning. I'm not sure. April 13th. This is, I think it went live here. If not, it's okay. You can see the trend. So I speculated that at the beginning we'd have the highest amount of withdrawals. The people that were just dying to get their money, they were going to be first in line. And they were. The amount withdrawn per hour was about 6,500. 6,500. So we're doing 6,500 per hour for the first pretty much solid day. Oh, man, that's not even a day. That's like 12 hours. So we have more data that's probably over here that we just can't see. But now look at the slope of this trend. What's happening is all the people that wanted to withdraw are getting out, and the people that don't want to, like the majority of the people, they're still doing it. And maybe some people are slow to figure it out. But what's happening is the amount withdrawn is tapering off big time. So what that means is that the amount of supply that supposedly was going to flood the market and drive prices down is getting weaker and weaker and weaker. The bottom of this scale is 0. This is 7,000 per hour. So by here, we're at 3,500. We've dropped in half the amount at the pace at which this is being withdrawn. And now it's going further down and further down. Our most recent hour that just barely closed was 2,500 Ethereum. And these numbers are getting smaller and smaller. The projection is here. So what that means is currently more is being deposited than withdrawn. Well, what does that do to the price? If people are having to go out and buy Ethereum to deposit into this so that they can stake and earn interest on their Ethereum, that is crazy bullish. Like, that is super bullish. And so we're going to get more data over time. This is brand new. Yeah, okay, this proves it. April 11th was the first day. So we don't have April 12th. So there's a whole bunch of data in here. I remember this. I think I remember seeing this much higher. I think there was like 12,000 Ethereum being removed per hour at the beginning. And this thing is going straight down. In a matter of a couple of days, there may be no withdrawals on Ethereum. And if all you get are deposits and there are no withdrawals, man, fundamentals, man, this is going to be a stellar investment. And why would people wait to deposit until now? Like, why would a lot of this depositing just start showing up right now? Well, it's because the people with the money, they don't want to stick it into a thing that you can't withdraw. The guys that tied up their money 2 years ago, they were gutsy. That was a pretty bold move. They must have had a lot of risk managed or something. They must have figured out themselves, because if you put every single Ethereum you own into a staking contract and you know it's going to be locked up until a hard fork comes along, man, you trust the system a lot more than I do. I'm not going to put my money in something that I don't think I can get my money back out of. Well, same with institutions. They're not going to do the same thing. So institutions are doing exactly this. They are waiting to make sure the system was successful. And now they're going to put it in. And so it was successful. People are withdrawing. And in fact, most of the people that wanted to get their money are pretty much getting it. And pretty soon this is going to taper off. And only the people that have, like, you know, it'll kind of go steady. I'm sure there'll be a number that this finds that's a natural place. But if more people are depositing than withdrawing, that means that there's a liquidity crunch on the money supply. And that means that money's tied up. That means more buyers have less to buy from. They have less pool to buy from, which pushes prices up. So we have about 3 different things causing price to go up in Ethereum. First of all, we have the burn, which already makes the supply more and more rare. Like, it's more and more rare to hold Ethereum. Holding your Ethereum is more valuable over time just from that. Now you add some buying pressure because there are people that are interested in earning more Ethereum. You know, if I've got 1,000 Ethereum, would I like to have 50 Ethereum per year? Yeah, a lot of people could live off of that. You know what I mean? And so this is just free money, and all you're doing is being part of this network, validating things. So you're just dedicating your Ethereum towards the network. So there's buying pressure here. So fundamentally, this is number 2 on the fundamentals, and then number 3. From a technical aspect, look what we're doing. Look at this chart. I mean, how could you not be bullish on this? We exited the yellow zone on the weekly. This is massive, massive. And we exited the yellow zone on the monthly here. We're breaking out of resistance. Like, the chart itself is just absolutely on fire, like full green zone, way up here. It's looking pretty good. And so I hope that helps you understand. Like, a lot of people were excited about Bitcoin because there was only 21 million, and it was kind of this hedge against inflation, and it was, now the case for Bitcoin is much more that it's secure. It's the one thing that the proof of work algorithm and the miners are keeping this baby so secure. There's no more secure network in the world. Nothing even compares. Ethereum does not compare in security. It's not to say it's insecure, because it's dang secure, but with the algorithm switching over to proof of stake, and with finding out that the IP address can be tracked, and that it's following OFAC laws and things, that means that there's there's still a lot more oversight and things that are happening on Ethereum. I mean, it's not a bad thing if you're an institutional investor, or if you're looking for that type of thing. But yeah, it does raise questions as far as how much control or influence do third parties have over the algorithm and that kind of thing. So there are still questions. It's not the type of thing you put all your money into, but from a pure investment play, it is unbelievable. So I'm the type of person that would put his profits into Bitcoin for the long term, but will I put some money into this? Yeah. And I mean, this is not a financial advice channel or anything. I'm no one's advisor, but the fundamentals and what's going on here is unbelievable. And really, you could make because of the burning and because of the buying, there's just buy pressure on it. It's just something that I would expect to see go up until we find some sort of equilibrium. But that equilibrium is way up above us somewhere. So anyway, those are my thoughts about Ethereum. Hopefully that can clarify some of the economy around this and why it's pretty amazing. And then you add in the utility, like you can do DeFi and the chain's fast, and there's just so many things that make it easy. So Ethereum's pretty amazing. It's quite an incredible technology, and as far as an investment, it's pretty impressive. All right, guys, I'll let you go there. I always have our time on Saturday, so I'm not going to make any promises, but I will at least do what I can, and we'll catch you Monday at the very worst. Thanks for making it to the end of my video. Make sure you keep those trades small. Don't force a trade. Don't get impatient. And if you want to see how all this works, please come over and check me out on the subscription channel at cryptoinfluencers.com. Again, the link is in the description.